There was a time at Liverpool where Jurgen Klopp said his job is to turn doubters to believers. And at the moment, it feels like we're going in the completely opposite direction. And I think that is what worries me the most. This isn't about one bad result. It's not even about dropping to sixth. This is really about believers turning into doubters. And look, when Liverpool lose, we as fans can take that, right? We can. But when you start seeing a club that you don't recognize, that's a bit of a worry. If we look at that match against Bournemouth, it looked like a club without belief. There was no belief in defending. There was no belief in connecting, stringing together passes that were offensive. There was very little belief in how the players carried themselves. And I believe that there were moments where Slot looked frustrated, the players looked hesitant. And when there's that hesitation, that's when doubt starts filling those gaps. Now, the identity of the club is something important. It's who we are. Liverpool were called the mentality monsters, which I think is appropriate for where they were at the time. No matter what the challenge, we just looked like a team that you knew was going to go out and try and get a result. Couple of injuries over there, and we bring on some youngsters. We were bold, we were brave, we didn't shy away from a challenge. We took it head on and we fought. And man, we as fans were behind it. We believed. And I think that belief was shared with the players. And the players then took that belief that they felt from the fans, they felt from the manager, and they translated that into fantastic performances on the field. We were that. That's the identity of Liverpool Football Club. And we've lost a lot of that. Look, I said it now the other day. The culture of Liverpool is important, and if that starts slipping, you're going to see it in performances. And I think this is exactly what we're seeing in performances. The performances and the results are going in opposite directions, and it's painful. It's painful to see, and that needs to be turned around. We need to swing things around. We need to get back to who we are. Our identity needs to be restored. Now, by no means saying Slot out. I'm not shouting that. I think there's a whole host of reasons why I'd rather have him stay at the moment, but he needs to fix this. Things can't go on like this. This is not the Liverpool that I recognize, and I don't think anyone else recognize. On Saturday, a couple of mates of mine and I were talking while watching the game, and we barely recognize Liverpool as a club that we love, especially at the end, and it's just not clicking for me, and that needs to be fixed. And if we get that right, if that gets fixed, I think it will start to embed a sense of belief again. But where we are on the log, how we are playing in the Premier League, that just makes it so hard to keep believing. I don't know. I just wanted to come out here and say that that's how I'm feeling. I feel like doubt is starting to creep in, for me at least, and I just wanted to hear or get a sense of where other Liverpool supporters are at. I don't know. Let me know in the comments where you are at. Is doubt creeping in for you as well, or are you still a believer? Let me know down in the comments.